In this video, we are going to discuss how solutions are formed and what solubility means. The term solution is always thrown around in chemistry, but no one really defines what a solution is. So that is going to be the emphasis of today's video. But before we can discuss what a solution is, we have to define solute and solvent. A solute is a substance that is going to be dissolved. In most cases, we will encounter that this substance will be a solid, but it can also be a liquid or a gas. The solvent is the medium by which the solute will be dissolved by, and in most cases it will be a liquid, but can also be found as a solid or a gas. With that, we can define what a solution is. A solution is defined as a homogeneous mixture that contains a solute and a solvent. Some of you may be wondering, what do I mean by a homogeneous mixture? Well, a homogeneous mixture is a substance whose composition is uniform throughout the mixture. In other words, the mixture is composed of the same materials throughout. The last concept we will discuss before we get into our example is solubility. Solubility is the ability of a solute to dissolve in a solvent. An important property about solubility is that it is dependent on temperature, specifically the temperature at which the dissolution occurs. With that, let's look at our example. A common example of a solution is pouring salt into water. In this case, the salt will act as our solute and the water will act as our solvent. When we mix these two together, the salt will actively dissolve in the water. However, as we pour more salt into the water, there will be a point where no matter how much we mix, there will be salt particles left in the flask. When this occurs, we call the solution saturated. In other words, a saturated solution contains as much solute that can be dissolved at a specific temperature. Before, when we were pouring salt into the water and it was being dissolved, we can call that solution unsaturated. An unsaturated solution means that more solute can be dissolved by the solvent. Now, there's a third type of solution that we can form, and that is called a supersaturated solution. To form this type of solution, we have to go back to our saturated solution. Recall that we knew we had a saturated solution because there were salt particles left in the solution no matter how much we mixed. Well, we can increase solubility by increasing the temperature at which dissolution occurs. So if we heated our boiling flask at 70 degrees Celsius and mixed it using a stirring rod, we will see that the leftover salt particles would dissolve in the water. This is called a supersaturated solution. And this is a solution when there is more solute than is stable in a solution at a given temperature. Now I have a question. If we took the flask off the flame and set it down to cool slowly, what would our solution look like? Well, remember, we said that solubility is dependent on temperature. As the temperature increases, solubility increases, which allows the excess salt particles to dissolve in the water. Now that temperature is decreasing, solubility must also decrease. So if you said that the salt particles would reappear, then you are correct. More accurately, what would happen is that small crystals at the bottom of the flask would appear. And these crystals will be remnants of the solute, which in this case was our salt particles. With that being said, I hope this video gave you a good introduction to solutions. In the upcoming video, we'll talk more about the intermolecular forces and thermodynamics involved in solubility. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time.